Hello again, Glitch Reaper here, and I am back for the next segment of my inventory pet mod review. Yeah, the inventory pets are back, so inventory pets is right here with another segment. In this case, it's a bit longer than the others in terms of which pets I have to go over, so I'll get right into that because the types of pets we're going over are literally special. Like, literally, that is their category. They're special pets. There's also some fan-suggested ones. But, going right into it, I am going to show what some of these do, because they are particularly cool, and you can certainly say that the reason why they're special pets is they have abilities that don't exactly fit most other categories. So, let's show why they're so special. This is the loot pet. You get bonus drops from mobs and mining. Its favorite food is a gold nugget, and as you can see, the recipe for this is mostly gold and a diamond. Yeah, it's 1 diamond, a gold nugget, and 7 more gold ingots. So yeah, it's all gold all the time, except for that diamond. So yeah, but hey, gold is associated with the power of fortune. So yeah, it basically acts like constant looting and fortune. And as I said, his favorite food is a gold nugget, so I will have to make sure to pop myself some. Yeah, that's gonna go in with the other nuggets. Real nice. Okay, so gold nugget. There we go. And thank you 1.12 for going with the recipes again. Okay. Now, this pet, it's kind of one of those things you notice working over time. So, if I have to whack anything, it will give me more stuff. Now, here's one that's super interesting. This is the sponge pet. This was actually around before sponges actually got properly re-added into Minecraft. Like, a long time ago, sponges allowed you to basically act as an... It was like an anti-griefing thing. It prevented people from, like, flooding an area. But what it would do is it would hold water back constantly, and it would make an area of a decent size just dry, and this would have the habit of creating a lot of lag. So because of that, they recoded how the sponges work in Minecraft, but this was around first in memory of the sponges. So yeah, this happened before 1.8 added them in properly. Now, what you do this does in fact allow you to absorb water, but you can also place water, which is an interesting derivation. Now, it also allows you to walk on water. So if I were to take off my boots, I still am walking on water. And trust me, the boots are what let you walk on water. Like, although I can take off the whole armor, and normally, while this beautiful armor set would do so, I am doing it on pet power right now. It has a different glidey motion in it, actually. It's like it has a certain amount of momentum. I don't think you have quite that same status with the armor. Nope, it handles it differently. So yeah, this is a totally different thing. Now, this will eat entire lily pads, so keep some on hand. And how you make it is you need some gold nuggets, a gold ingot, a diamond, and a lily pad. So I will grab myself some lily pads. And they're not exactly the easiest thing to find in Minecraft normally, so you can kind of get the idea that this would kind of be an interesting expense to operate. And I must remind myself, this bag isn't shift-clicking in this version. I think I remember doing so in other versions, though, so I think he fixed that. But anyhow, but yeah, let's try out some of the functions of the sponge pet, one of which is placing water. Yeah, so you basically can act like you have yourself a portable bucket. And another interesting aspect of this is you can actually place water on water. So if you've ever wanted to expand your water supply vertically, this actually will let you do that. Now, the shift click function hits a wide area. I'm a little reluctant to do this, but I've had some interesting issues in the past. Once live on camera. Hey, it didn't lag so bad. Now, the thing is, if you get water in a certain arrangement, it will autofill. That's been a Minecraft thing for quite some time. but after this hits it, it hits it so hard that it has a hard time recovering. So you will just scoop out a huge area of water. Having technical difficulties in your world with trying to, say, raid an ocean monument? Well, this solves your problem, because you can use this to basically just dry it out. One big chunk at a time. So remember, this special pet will literally be like your ultimate water pet. Okay, but between this and the squid pet, technically. I mean, you have those two, you're set for anything in the water. Now, we also will be going back with some others. I just kind of left a big hole of water there. That ought to confuse the squids. Yeah, ignore that section for a moment. But anyhow, here's one that's an interestingly weaponized pet. It is the banana pet. I'm not even joking. It's a banana pet. But it has a very special ability to be thrown, and it will automatically retrieve itself. That's what I mean by auto-retrieve. It will literally fly back to you. Kind of like currently they're saying tridents will be able to when they're enchanted. Well, think of this as kind of an early version of that. You can throw it as a weapon, and it will come back to you. So, yeah, and it deals pretty good damage, too. Its favorite food is glowstone dust, and it takes a little bit to make it. But it also takes some gold nuggets, a gold ingot, and a diamond. So, this will come in very handy very soon, and I will need to make some glowstone dust as a food reserve. Glow ball. I'll have to remember to figure out what the Tinker's Constructs added so much new stuff that I'm not entirely sure what that is. So I'm going to have to check that out later, but that'll be a totally different story. But you can deal a ton of damage with this. Missed. Why is this going around like that? I don't have a magnet on. What are you thinking? It's working better before. This pet seems to be having technical issues. Please stand by. Maybe my armor is having an issue? Okay, I think I know what's going on here. My armor is too darn crazy. But I kind of needed to show some things off. I think the effects are doing weird things. Hello? Pet, where'd you go? Let's save the banana. That was weird. Okay. I'm having some weird pet issue, with getting this to work right, but normally it would fly pretty much straight and retrieve itself. Let me see if I can do that better. Maybe it's having issues with the water. That could definitely be it. Okay, just throw. It's not flying quite how it used to. It used to have this nice little twirly spin thing. Well, this is in 1.12 straight, so again, some of these things are better off in other versions. So please, just remember, this pet has been particularly good in the past, so please give it some credit for being cool. It just isn't feeling it right now. So I'm going to fly up here and see if I can find an enemy to whack. Dun 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 dun. Something preferably larger. Yeah, it deals like 12 damage. Hello? You coming back? Eventually? Hello? I think it hit the water. Nope, wait. It's still falling. How am I in the world am I able to keep up with that? Where'd you go? I think it hit a yeah, I did get it back. Okay, my banana pet is having some very interesting issues. Yeah, I think I'll just throw it just to get it to feed. Because it takes about 20, well, I don't know if it's 20, but it is several uses before it feeds. So you can actually get a lot of action with this before even using up one glowstone dust. So this actually comes in really handy. I'm letting that go back to its normal roll in there, so everything's fine. Kind of got that to work. Now, one of these things that's also special is the Pinget pet. Yep, you will get a Pinget to find Blinget, because this will allow you to find stuff. Like, literally, that is its purpose. Find ore, or auto-extract nearest ore, which is kind of a specialty thing. I may have to pop in an ore to show that off, and some of the other things. Now, its favorite food is a diamond nugget, so you know this is kind of a little precious. And it takes, oddly enough, ink sacs to make it, a gold ingot, a diamond, and a diamond nugget. Now, I don't remember that being the way it used to be. I think this is a recipe error, because I'm pretty sure I remember this being cyan dye. So this exact version is a little bit buggy, but again, it's 1.12 straight where I'm doing a lot of other things. So yeah, that might have something to do with it. So please ignore those ink sacs and think cyan dye. That's what it's really supposed to be. So special information there. Ignore that. Okay. Now let me see here. I'm going to have to game... Actually, I think I can just give... Okay, let me see. What should I do here? Let me see here. Now, if I were to say diamond ore, well, is it gonna do ore, or do I need... Yes, I need ore. And I would like, let's say 12 of them. There we go. Okay, I can show this off without even changing my game mode. I just had to make sure I had some ore. But, yeah, this is how this works. Let's say that we have just variously placed ores. We're going to make this like a little treasure hunt. Okay, but here's how this works. It makes sounds based on your proximity to the ore and how valuable they are. So, and nothing over here, so you can tell it has a range. It's pinging. It also pings with more power whenever you do it. So this is your ore locator. Now, if you shift-click, you will actually extract part of the ore. Aww. It needs a little extra food. That's okay. The reason why? Simple. It's a diamond ore. I can simply smash it. And give myself some food for it. That's right. Nom up. Because you deserve it. You deserve that little treat. And that shows that if you're looking for diamonds specifically, you can keep your pet well fed. So, yeah. And, wait a moment. Did that trigger the fortune power of that pet or not? I don't think so. It might ignore this. I may have to use a regular pickaxe. So I'd like to demonstrate the fortune powers here. So, let me see. Iron pick. Okay, well, let's do it this way, because I know that I have dealt with 5 of them so far. So, okay, that gave me 2. So my loot pet is working. It seems to cause a weird delay when it works, though. Because that wasn't happening with the other thing. And this isn't from lag I was having before. This is definitely from the pet trying to check for it, just to let me have it correctly. Now I got 18 diamonds, and that was from a lesser amount of ore, so you can tell that that also contributes pretty well, and that the Pinget pet really does its job of helping you locate it, and the loot pet complements it up by giving you more. So the two work very well hand in hand. That's one of those things that you kind of learn that they do combo pretty well with certain pets, and that's a pretty good example right there Now we go on to another interesting one. We have the grave pet. Now this one has a bit of a different recipe compared to normal in a somewhat different function. But it's made with stone and bone, an emerald, and a chest. Its special function is to allow you to restore your inventory after death, kind of like an item-based version of Keep Inventory. Every time it does this, it needs to feed on a bone, because that's its favorite food. So, let me give it some bones to feed on. No bone blocks, please. I just need bones. Thank you very much. Now, I will take off Keep Inventory. And, well, actually, I should demonstrate this later, because there's another pet later on that will help out with this function. So, yeah, I'll do that a bit later, but I'll just make sure to have this on me whenever I do that. So for now, I'll leave it there. I don't need this one active. You never know when you need to throw a banana ring. That thing's kind of dangerous to hold around to, but okay, I'll keep these two on. And let's go with the Quiver pet. This one's also special. It acts to give you infinite arrows, and you have an insta-shot thing that you can do with about a 30-second cooldown. Its favorite food is a feather, and to make it you'll need some leather, a feather, a diamond, and a gold ingot to make yourself a quiver. Interesting, darn lips. Interesting fact, they were going to put quivers in vanilla, but then decided not to, so there is a default texture in there, but this isn't it. So just saying that's not the default texture. But it is a quiver. Okay, now remember its favorite food is feathers. So I'm going to get myself a bow and some feathers. So, feathers. And a bow. I think it can work even without actually having arrows. So I will try this out that way. And note, this isn't survival. I am not doing this mod review as the majority of it in creative like you normally would, because I'm showing off these pets and a lot of them kind of only really do things in survival correctly because of the way they feed. Like, you won't be able to know whenever they're feeding if I'm in creative, because that gives you like infinite pet usage. So I was wanting to show that off. So no, it does not work without one arrow. So it works literally like Infinity, where you have to have just one. So just knowing, I was in fact about to fire. Oh, I only need one. Ha 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 ha. Oh well. Okay, let's just test that, because remember, the arrow's in my hotbar, and it's not being used up. Now, if I were to use this, I get an insta-shot ability. Let's see how good that is. Now I can fire super fast. I can still draw, but I can also fire at full power quicker. Is it just me, or is it doing medieval music just because I used that? That would... Oh, it's showing how long I've got left by doing the music. Okay, okay, I got ya, I got ya. I think it's going Robin Hood on me. Gotcha. Thank you. Oh, I think I need to power it again. Nope. There we go. Yep. Okay. I just want to see how fast I can... Try and shoot you underwater. Aha! You see? Normally you wouldn't one-shot a squid with a casual shot from an unenchanted bow, so it shows that it's allowing you to fire rapidly. And that is a really cool feature, in addition to the Infinity ability, and I suddenly have 5 arrows. I think that's because some of them wound up being counted as normal arrows, despite the fact that they were technically from an infinite ability. So, I'm not sure if that was intentional or just an interesting coincidence, but you gotta admit that that is kind of funny how that worked out. And I need to power something specifically. Do I have... no, I don't have diamond nuggets in there otherwise, so... I'm probably going to need a few. So I'll toss that in. Put these in here, because I might as well have a nugget collection going. Especially when some of the others do feed on them. So, and that's just even in the special category. In fact, coming up, let's see what this one feeds on. It's the purple Ishas Cow. That's right. The guy who made the mod put himself in his own mod as an inventory pet. Isn't this cool? Now, this one has a couple of interesting abilities, and it feeds on, yep, you guessed it, diamond nuggets, as I was saying. Now, it gives you health regeneration to a pretty good amount, and it also fills empty buckets with lava. Yeah, that's interesting in and of itself. And very useful, because how many times have you been looking for lava? In all the wrong places. Now, it also requires a diamond nugget just to make it. A diamond, a gold ingot, 3 iron nuggets, and 3 lapis nuggets. So, remember, this is the true mascot of the mod. I mean, it's the modder in inventory pet form. How cool is that? So, let's say I give myself some buckets again, just to see whenever this happens. And remember, don't do the forge bucket, that's not technically accurate. I don't think it'll recognize that. So, just for saying there, and it's not showing me having regeneration, but I think that's because I don't need to regenerate right now. So, don't worry about that, it would happen normally. Either that or it's just waiting. But anyhow, that's the purple Ishas Cow, and it will come in handy later. Here's a very interesting one, the Quantum Crystal Monster Pet. This one has an interesting history with Purple Ishas Cow in another way. It is something that he actually had one of his other mods, no longer in service, called, I believe it was called Creep Tech. Now, this was originally, there was originally a Quantum Crystal Monster as a boss, but here you can have it as a pet. And it allows you to summon minions. Its favorite food is lapis nuggets. And to craft it, you will need some obsidian nuggets, a lapis nugget, a diamond, and a gold ingot. Now, let me see here. I will need to... Whoop. Oops. I hit that a little too fast. Rock. I didn't mean to hit the button that quickly. I'm sorry. But yeah, as you can see, they're very interesting mobs. Yeah. And they will try to follow you quickly, so... They may have some issues about that. There will be a couple of these miniature quantum endermen and a miniature quantum blaze helping you out. So there's one that does ranged attacks mainly, and there's a couple that will be mainly your melee fighters. So you get a small contingent in just one application of this. And I need to make sure this one's well fed. Do I have lapis nuggets in here? I believe I do, because this thing's not doing the naming right. But that's perfectly fine because they're accurately in there. Okay, so I have lapis nuggets. Yeah. You know, I might be a little spontaneous with this, but let's see. Am I hiding a boss in here? I kinda am. So, I have a lot of things left over from one of my reviews. I might burn one up just to sick these guys on them. Okay. Boss fight spontaneous. Defend me.
Potato.
Will you just hit this guy for me? Please.
Potato.
Can you hit him? Please hit this guy. He's also very nauseous. And hungry. And a few other things.
Potato.
Okay. He's not going down as easily as I... Why are you not recognizing him as a threat? Seriously. Do I have to hit him with this pet?
Oh.
Okay, I hit him. Oops. Yes, you can hit your own allies. They're not considered on a team. Weird lack of foresight, but on his part. But he might put that to team mechanics later. At least I'm fighting him with something from the mod. Okay, so the Quantum Crystal Monster didn't go as planned, but this is still proving it's very worthwhile. By the way, they will sometimes drop nuggets, like the Quantum Crystal Monster's minions will actually drop nuggets back. So if the mini Endermen die, they will actually give you some of their some of the material back. Well, at least a material that you can use. This guy is fast. Special note, when finally fighting this guy in a series, he's a little more dangerous than I first thought. And definitely more annoying. But he also is very direct. So he may not really... And you can spam shoot this, by the way. Which is very handy on a very fast boss. Why did I choose to do this suddenly? Oh, thank you for finally falling, Jagamo. I needed you down. Of course, I wanted my minions to finish you, but you just had to make me have to hit you with an angry banana. It just had to be that way, didn't it? Wait a moment. Oh, I already got his stuff. That's right. Okay. Never mind that. And why are you wigged out? I think they're having a weird day. Like they don't know what they're supposed to do. Again, some glitchiness may be involved, and not just the one I reported. Yeah, that happened. Okay. So, yeah, sorry for that. That did not go as planned. It was an interesting thing to do. It works better on normal mobs, admittedly. That's something that just kinda came out that way. Normally you hit them or they hit you, and then your quantum crystal minions fight them. So sometimes you can aim right at something and help out. Actually, a better way of trying to demonstrate this. This should work. This should work. There are mobs around in these locations. So, surely one of them will enable me to hit it. Hello. Are there any slimes here? Or do I need to fly to the next island? I have a chemical superhero armor for a reason. It's called I'm flying around to demonstrate stuff. It's a rebel. Okay, I hit up, and now they're going after it. Yep. They're working a lot better here. Okay, so note, some bosses may not fully register to the minions. That was weird. Okay. And they will follow me, so I kind of gotta be careful with my landing here. And they died when they landed. Okay. Didn't see that coming. Oh well, I guess something had to happen at some point. Okay, next. And this one's actually very important for other reasons. This is a heavy combat pet, but for a different reason. It's because it is very defensive. This is Mickerson. So meet Mickerson, everybody. He gives you a special resistance buff of resistance to constantly, and the secret of life, which is constantly trying to keep you from seeing what it is, but I'm very suspicious it's 42. Anyhow, the favorite food is a diamond nugget. But look at that EMC value. That's always a good measure of how expensive something is. Now, you're probably wondering, why is this so much more expensive than the other pets? What regular items could possibly be behind this? Well, the answer is, we're getting into some of the super pets, and some of them require nether stars. Yeah. That's a nether star, a gold ingot, some lapis nuggets, and a diamond nugget to get Mickerson. But for constant resistance to, that is kind of worth it. I mean, that really is kind of worth it. So, oh! My purplicious cow decided to finally fill the lava buckets for me. Nice! Nice! I got random advancement there, slash achievement. So, that was beautiful. Now, the next one is something that you'd think would be in the mobs category, but it's not. I mean, sure, the purplicious cow you could say mob, but it's a purple cow, not a normal cow. So you know there's a difference. And again, we have a very expensive one. It's the Wither Pet. You have a special ability to steal 25% of the damage that you deal. Like, However, if you were to do 100 points of damage, you would get 25 points back as spontaneous healing to you. So you literally life drain with this on impact. So, and that's a constant thing. It's not like a chance of it. It's not like you have to augment your stuff. If you have this particular pet in your hotbar, you have lifesteal. You're also immune to the wither effect, which admittedly would have came in handy in that fight. But I really thought my minions were going to take care of it for me. Oh well. Now, its favorite food is soul sand, but to make the wither pet, as you would imagine, you will be needing a nether star. So you'll need to beat a wither to get a wither, but in pet form. You'll also need a gold ingot, some coal nuggets, and soul sand, which is, again, its favorite food. So let's pop up a little soul sand here. And now I have a wither pet. So I have immunity to wither and the lifesteal ability, which is, of course, quite good. Now, that is it for the ones that are tagged as special for now, but there's another category I'm going to go over to in this segment, and this is something also very special. Fan-suggested pets. Every once in a while, Ishas Cow actually asks for various suggestions, and actually has them voted on, but he'll also sometimes just add in suggestions over time from the fans. So these really are fan-suggested pets, and that is their actual category. Like, they are literally called fan-suggested. And these are each very interesting in and of themselves. People come up with some interesting ideas here. Now, this is the wolf pet. This one, its favorite food is a bone, so you'll be sharing those bones with the grave pet. And your special abilities are to summon wolves, and you can also toggle a wolf alarm, which is basically gathering the pack. Now, to make this wolf pet, you will be needing some iron nuggets, a diamond, a gold ingot, and you can have alternatively raw chicken or raw beef. What is it he's got against pork chops? I don't know, but still. And I am beating the living tar out of these slimes today. It's just one of those things. It happens once in a while. That there's some group that just happens to be very convenient for you. So. I'm barking at you. You hear me? He says there's a blue slime nearby. That's what the wolf alarm does. He's telling you there's a blue slime. Now, that sound you just heard was the lifesteal ability from the wither. So whenever you hit something, it will make that little jingle. Okay, so I have a tamed wolf named Baxter, which is nice. You can only have one at a time, actually. So whenever he's telling you things, then he will alarm you. So you are officially his pack, and he's officially your pack. So beware the power of the pack. Baxter. Can I? Yep, I can sit you down as normal wolf. So you basically have an unlimited supply of wolves to help you out in your journey. Again, you can only have one at a time. It actually checks for that. Now, Baxter, I know you can teleport, and I know we're over water, so this... Or are we enough? Come over here, Baxter. I think we can go down this way and be... Well, there's a river. So things ought to be fine. Okay, Baxter, this way. Meow. Flying down. I still wonder what happened to them. Okay. So, Baxter, you're able to help out. So, that's cool. Thank you, Baxter. You've been a good wolf. I think I'm going to just sit you down for now. I can't really equip you right now. I don't have something for that. Kind of wish I had wolf armor here with me right now. That's a totally other mod, but it's interesting. Now, the next one is a silverfish pet. This is unique. You're immune to suffocation damage, like from whenever, like blocks fall on your head. And, like you like, let's say you're being a noob and you dig straight up and you get buried in gravel. this is the solution to that. You will not take that kind of damage. You'll just stand there waiting until you can punch your way out. You also have a special ability to walk through walls. Now, its favorite food is just cobblestone, which is nice. And it requires some iron nuggets, a gold ingot, a diamond, and cobblestone to make. So, if you are somehow a fan of Silverfish, this shows you what it's like to really use one. And, again, likes cobble. So, let's get some cobblestone, shall we? Cobble, cobble. Cobble, cobble. There we go, cobble, cobble. Okay. Cobbling. Very nicely. I will put this food here so that I have a little space, because I'm getting close to these, but at the same time, I may have to regroup. Okay. Now, I can go through walls. This is literally like you teleport to the other side of the wall. If you can support it right. Well, there we go. You kind of have to be at the same level as the other side of the wall, but it works. I mean, if you really need to get past a wall, this can be kind of convenient. I may want to put some of these up temporarily, because I'm running out of pet room. Okay, so I will put up the Silverfish pet. I'm not needing minions right now. The Quiver is cool, but I have a banana to throw. So I'm going to give myself a little extra room. There you go. There you go. And I'll use you later. Like pretty soon. Actually, that sponge pet's a little dangerous to be using around water, so I'll be putting you up there. Okay, now I have room for some of the other pets, and... oh, wait. One more thing. There. I don't need those on me right now. Oh, and I can get rid of the lava. I just have all sorts of things I can just, it doesn't have an EMC in this exact version because, so many things in this exact version are work in progress this time before they got to 1.12.2. So, sorry, this is just where I've got a lot of things balanced at this point, so please bear with me. Now, heading right along, we have the cheetah pet. This is your definite speed burst version. You have haste constantly, at level 4, might add, and you have a super speed boost ability that you can use. Now, the favorite food here is simply raw meat, and to craft your cheetah pet, you'll need some blaze powder, a gold ingot, a diamond, and either raw chicken or raw beef. So, again, no pork chops, no mutton, no rabbits, just... and despite the fact this is technically another kind of cat, no fish. So, kind of a little picky about the meat, but hey, cheetahs really like their beef, so, you know, or whatever it is, you know. Well, you know, not technically, but you know what I mean. They're just a little picky about their food. Now, let's just put in any kind of raw meat. I believe I will go with the suggested raw beef. Okay, so I am super fast. May not necessarily show up with all the other speed buffs I've got. Well, actually, that shouldn't really be that fast. Let me do this on the water. Okay, that's just okay. That's decently quick. Well, actually, it's haste that's the fast thing that I got constantly. It's the speed burst I have to actually activate. So, yeah, that's why I'm not really going that fast. Now I should be going fast. It even zoomed. Oh my gosh. Yeah. How long is that for? Wow, that's like speed 5 plus for like 30 seconds. So you get a burst of speed. I mean, I could, if I wanted to, I could outrun the world with this speed. Have you ever done that? Just, whoa. Okay, it's already a little fast. Okay, I'm going to gradually move down, and I'm going to put the speed burst to rest by simply slowing down and trying, like, hold shift, and even holding shift you're fast. Oh my gosh. How much speed is that? Seriously, that's like ridiculous speed. I give you one thing of raw beef, and I almost fly out of the world. Finally, that counted down. Whew! Okay, that one could be dangerous in a totally different way. Just run yourself off a cliff. Okay. This is gonna be familiar to people. Yeah. A pet PacMan. This had to happen. Now, this one gives you a few interesting abilities. You get a super damage boost when you right click, kind of like going into power pellet mode with PacMan back in the day. So super classic ability. They actually condensed down the PacMan games to be where they can fit in the arcade stick and you hook it up to the TV. I have one of those myself, and I know that you might see them in stores, so just saying, if you want to experience classic PacMan, they have brought it back. Now, to be able to craft this one, you need... interesting alternative there. I was just remembering this one and apparently put up an alternate one. I guess it's because of his shape, because he always has his mouth as the opening on the side, kind of curved, so yeah, I can see why he did this one. But normally speaking, it would be gold nuggets, a gold ingot, a diamond, and a cookie, because his favorite food is cookies. But there's an alternate one here. There's apparently gold ingots instead of gold nuggets, with a little space there. And it's an interesting alternative. I hadn't really thought of that. But at the same time, now I need to materialize some cookies. Boing. I have cookies now. Okay, so the thing is, normally speaking, you would kind of well, there's certain actions that are more exhausting than others, and they tear through your food supply quickly. But if you have this pet, he will automatically restore your hunger as he eats cookies. And you can also obtain the super power boost. So, oh, waka waka waka. Wait a moment. It doesn't even show his strength. It's like, where did that even show up as? Okay. Oh, I just ran him over. Am I stomping them? Is that how this is working? I can just stomp? Oh my gosh! Waka waka waka, man. Waka waka waka. I can pound things by just landing on top of them. I'm doing this underwater, too. Can I... And the punches are also super powerful. Okay, this is very cool. So, waka waka waka. How much would it damage would I stomp for if I landed that on something? Again, there's some of these things I gotta try. Of course, with the force field powers of this, oh, they're big enough they might still be able to hit. If they won't just fall out of the world and damage themselves. Well, off the top of the world. I mean, this is pretty high up. I wouldn't say it's on the top of the world, but it's kind of close. It is, in fact, kind of close. Okay, let me just come over here. Nothing suspicious about me inviting you. Okay, so you can kind of do like a fast dive. At least I think that's how it's working. Okay, I think you have to purposefully stomp in midair, even with this. It may even work without the armor. Like, I think that's how it's really meant to happen. Sorry. Yep. Can I... Come on. How is that not... Okay, I'm trying to stomp with this. And see if it works without the armor. If it doesn't work without the armor, it's weirdly complimentary. I don't think that was planned. Maybe it's whenever I punch them with anything, it deals, like, huge extra damage. Like, if they just get moved by anything. I think it's maybe if they get moved by anything, including that. I think that was a coincidence, that just happened to work out. I think it's that if you shove something, it considers it an act of trying to damage them. So I figure that was meant so that if you would push things with a snowball, it would deal extra damage. So that is extra fun. I thought it would be strength, but it's not. I mean, it says super damage boost. I hadn't actually used that ability before. That was cool. I liked discovering that one on my own. I mean, that was pretty spontaneous. I liked it. Now we have a couple others here. I don't really need his ability right now for more than one reason. So I'll put him up. We have the apple pet. This one lets you shoot apples. Yeah. Its favorite food is a gold ingot, but that's for an interesting reason. It takes a couple of gold ingots, 6 apples, and a gold... and a... I was gonna say... one of the things he lets you throw is golden apples. I was thinking about that a little too far in advance, because I was going to say 6 apples, a couple of gold ingots, and a diamond. Now, the normal ability is called the spam toss, because you can fire it quickly. But then there's the pile driver. That actually sinks an enemy into the ground. So I am going to grab some full ingots here, because pets. Okay. Well, let's hope that this is working out fine, because I've been having some very weird mixed luck today with that. Okay, so is this regular toss? It seems to be a little weirdly directed because of my armor ability. I think it's the pants that let you do that, so let me... Need to take these off too, just in case. I'm trying to... You see a little blink, and then it fires like a golden apple. That's because if the golden apple hits, it actually squeezes the enemy into the ground. Like, it's called a pile driver for a reason. It, like, shoves them into the earth and stuns them. If I had a random enemy, it would be very nice to demonstrate, but apparently they're not agreeing right now. Apparently they were tired of being experimented on. I was kind of doing it, but you can kind of see that the couple versions. We have the regular toss, and we have a special one, which you could maybe catch quickly, was a golden apple. And yeah, so they're nomming on gold ingots. So this one can be a little expensive to run, but if you really needed to deal some damage, it can be a good combat pet, because those deal damage on whatever they hit. So it's not quite the same, and oh, that was unfortunate. Don't worry, folks, I'm fine. Just had a slight accident there, though one that these particular 2 pets can definitely take care of. Now, you saw what some of the others can do, but the house pet is definitely one that you'll need for situations like this. It allows you to teleport home and to set home points, so it's not like you're going always to your bed. You can actually set exactly where you want to go. I think it's interdimensional, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'll have to test that, and it may also depend on version, but I think it is. Anyhow, to be able to make it, you need some wooden planks of any sort, a gold ingot, a diamond, and ender nuggets. Now, I need to see if I got some ender nuggets in here at the time, which I do. I do. That's good. Good. Now, I am going to set home here, and for that you sneak click. Okay, it actually rings a nice little doorbell. Now, I'm going to combine this with the grave pet, so I should be able to take another dive, let myself get smashed, and then I should be able to rematerialize. Darn lips, I'm having one of those days. Rematerialize, and then be back in that exact spot. So I am going to take off my ability to fly, and remove myself the ability to negate fall damage, although I may need to toss some of these things in the bag. Let me see here. Oh, that one's a little full, but that's okay. I have another one, and I also can get rid of at least one spot, because I don't really need that anymore. Okay, so let's see if I can put up a few pets that I don't need right now. That's active, but I can also throw my my hilarious boomerang. Let me see here. I don't need to supercharge, so I can give you the cookies too. I I think this will be fine, because I just needed enough space that I could toss this back off again and knock myself out. Okay, this one is definitely on purpose. Last time, admittedly, I may have just accidentally went off the edge. But let's see here. Wah! Come on, come on, smack me. Hard. Okay, see how it tracked it separately for a moment there? Unlike dying will keep inventory on, it literally tracks it to your next location perfectly, and even matches exactly where everything is, so it has a different way of doing it. And did restore my inventory after I died, while also consuming one of the bones from my feed bag. So the grave pet will not save your life, but it will save your stuff. So very useful. And on top of that, I set myself a home point with the house pet, so I was able to come here spontaneously. Now I'm going to test that whole interdimensional theory. Oh, over. Wrong way. Okay. Ahem. Okay, well, let's go home. That sounded extra weird. Why is this... Why am I stuck in somewhere? Oh, it's that thing again. I think it threw me a little off. Hello? Okay, so that pulled me through the dimension, but then it's doing something. Oh, it's that fortune thing. It's not knowing what it's needing to do. Okay, loot pet, you're causing some lag issues, so I'll take you out for a moment. And maybe something else is. Maybe that's something else. Hey, you're not feeding correctly from the ender nuggets. Don't I have some in this bag? Oh, he just ate. Never mind. I thought he was having technical difficulties. Okay, never mind the please stand by remark. Okay, so it doesn't work completely interdimensional, and for some odd reason, Ender Dragon is still stamped on top of my screen. Okay, well, that happened. Anyhow, that's it for this section. Next time I'll go over some additionally special pets, some of which you've probably already seen in my 12 Days of Petmas. At least that's just a brief go over, and I'll be kind of doing things with that. But for now, it's time for me to end this segment. So this is Glitch Reaper. I will be logging out. Hope to hear from you all later. So bye for now, everybody.